All right, guys. So regarding the current status of the crypto market, we are actually seeing some good price movement or chart action, I should say, with Bitcoin dominance. However, it's of course nowhere near where it should be in order for us to see alt rally very, very hard. Bitcoin's still at a level at around $97,000. Now, today we are seeing actually a decent amount of alts pushing up into some nice levels with some 10-20% up on the day. Now, first of all, just because we are pumping today being Friday, the weekend tends to see negative price action or kind of just stable price action. However, there are times where we do see green price action going into the weekend. But as we've said, charts and markets are all driven by emotions. So if people are expecting the weekend to be choppy, then it most likely will be. However, we could see things go differently. Now, again, Sunday night when Asian markets open, there could be more pushes in the green. But as of now, we're seeing what is happening. Of course, just earlier today, though, right now, we are seeing green price action, which is, of course, really cool to see, especially going into the weekend. Again, with that being in mind, do I think we're in for an alt season anytime soon? And anytime soon being the next couple of weeks? No. I think that will be in the span of the next couple of months. We will see an alt season go into play and start to pan out. But again, that is all speculation. We'll have to see what genuinely does happen. But again, Bitcoin dominance being at 57%, I believe it's down around 1% on the day, maybe a little higher than that. But of course, that's great because any negative movement down from Bitcoin dominance is good. And we're going to have to see how that pans out. If we continue to fall lower, of course, being great, or if we kind of still stabilize and bounce off support and resistance levels for Bitcoin dominance. Again, it is interesting for alts to be pumping right now when Bitcoin itself really isn't having any significant price action. So that's cool to see. Definitely, maybe it's because of that downtrend of Bitcoin dominance is why we are seeing that. But again, we will genuinely just have to see what pans out in the next coming week. That is going to be pretty vital this month, especially being January, especially with the inauguration of Donald Trump, a bunch of other catalyst events coming up. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So with that in mind, I think the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty bullish or rocky. I'd say those two. I don't think we're going to be very bearish. We've had that in December, the choppiness, the bearishness, if you'd like to call it that. And then January, again, with the bullish catalyst events, I'd say in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we could see some pretty positive things coming from the crypto markets. Now, I'm going to be covering right now Ski Mask Dog, some updates on it. A lot of you have been asking, is it too late to get into Ski Mask Dog, etc., etc.? Here are my thoughts and opinions on that. Now, Ski Mask Dog, again, is a coin that I was able to get in at 3 cents. So there's really no reason for me to exit my moon bag out right now. For full clarification, at around, 9-11 cents, I took out my initial. And then more recently, I've actually taken out a tad bit of profits. That is because, again, this coin is very risky. It could go to zero, or it could continue to push up where I expect it to go. So again, that goes for any crypto. So what's really to say there? And as we get into this, I have to clarify none of this financial advice, by the way. Always do your own research on what I say. Don't just follow me blindly. But again, I've had people get in at 21, 22 cents. And I mean, they're up now, but I mean, the jump from 21 to 24 cents really isn't that significant. For you to double entering now, I believe we're at 24 cents. It'd be 48 cents. I think I am very, very confident based off what I know about this coin. I mean, we just literally had yesterday Representative Mike Collins, who recently purchased Ski Mask Dog, has done another buy-in yesterday. So he bought in low and he just bought another bit of ski mask dog yesterday. So that is something to kind of take note of, especially with government officials taking note into something like ski mask dog, tracking their wallets. That's cool to see for sure. Another reason why I'm bullish on this project, but again, this project is one of the biggest communities on base, arguably could potentially flip Brett, or very big one, dog with hat. And again, none of that's guaranteed. I don't want you guys to get focused primarily on meme coins, because meme coins are very, very risky. But again, there are more developments into ski mask dog. A bunch of listings have been happening. Again, another buy with Mike Collins. Sorry, my dog. But there's a lot of positive catalysts. And it's really hard to say if you should buy in right now. If you're fine with risking in potentially getting a minimum of a 2 to 4x, then that's up to you. But again, there is not that much upside as when we first have called this coin, of course. So it's really up to you. I do think this coin has a lot in store for it just because of the community it has. I mean, we saw holder count kind of stay the same and even gain in December, which is of course great because December was kind of a shaky shakeout time. But we saw the holder count kind of stay relatively safe and secure. Ski Mask Dog itself has done a lot of developments with their social media, a bunch of different things that are going on both in front of us as well as behind the scenes. So definitely something to take an eye on. But again, it's realistically something you're just going to have to ask yourself. If you really want your hand on meme coins, there are a lot of meme coins that you can get in now that are a lot lower market cap but have a lot higher upside. But again, then you're just getting into risky territory. Those ones are probably the ones that have the highest risk. So this one is lower risk than those, but again, your risk to reward ratio isn't that high getting in now compared to getting in at 3 cents. So yeah, it's really something to consider. If I still wanted to throw money into Ski Mask Dog, I probably would DCA or have DCA'd in at like 16 cents, 18 cents, 20 cents. But again, I mean, we're not even in an alt season yet. Base is still so undervalued. I think this one does have potential. But again, I've gone over the fact that I myself, more specifically with meme coins, tend to have 5 to 10% of my portfolio allocated into meme coins just because of how risky they are. You're much better off if you're looking for safe gains to be placing your money into coins like Aerodrome, Moonwell, even though some of you might not agree with me on that one, Render, even Ethereum, Solana. Placing money in those safe altcoins will then, of course, give you safe guaranteed results. But of course, putting money into these will give you higher reward more than likely. So it's up to you at the end of the day. But again, there are new developments that are going into it. I myself, again, just bring this back up again, I have talked about getting out of this coin at $1 to $2. That is because for me, and that is almost specifically if we see that by the end of this month or into February. The reason for that is because I would like to position myself into safe alts from the profits I make from Ski Mask Dog. Now, of course, I will update you guys throughout the entirety of this process. But just because I plan to exit out at $1 to $2 does not mean that I see this coin not having potential to hit $5 to $10, which $10 being very, 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 very bullish case, that's going to be pretty hard to hit. But I think $5, there's potential. There's maybe 10% chance we see $5. Very small chance, but does have potential to actually hit those numbers. So do keep that in mind. I'm not saying that that's guaranteed at all. I'm not saying even $1 guaranteed. That's what you have to understand. But again, there is potential of this coin. Do your own research. I know some of you have already exited out of ski, made a decent amount of profits. That's great. You've already cycled money into safe alts, which is what you realistically should do. But because I already have safe alts and this is 5-10% of my port, again, we're just going to let it ride with the moon bag because I've already taken profits out. And then if we're able to hit those targets short term, we will cycle into safe alts. So definitely a great project that I'm very, very excited to be in. I continue to post on X about this one all the time just to continue the community engagement going up. But with all that being said, guys, I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you guys later.